gonna carry on with this video, but first we're gonna change to the Panasonic. Right now we are on the kit lens that is 20 to 60 millimeters, 3.5 to 5.6. So I actually bought the camera a couple of weeks before I was heading off to Italy. Let's talk about how much I paid for the camera. And I paid $2,800. And within that money, I got the kit lens, and that is a 20 to 60, 3.5 to 5.6. And I also got the 50 millimeters 1.8 lens. And if we are gonna compare it to like something like the Sony A7 IV, here in Sweden you will probably pay around like $200 more for the A7 IV, and that is just for the camera body. How does the camera feel in your hands? Well, I would say that I think the camera feels solid actually. It's not that heavy, it doesn't feel like a plastic thing either. I have quite big hands, I think, but this one actually feels really good in my hand. The only thing is that the pinky is like right on the edge there, but it's nothing that I think it's annoying or something. But you have probably heard about the famous stabilization the Panasonic cameras have, and yeah, this one doesn't disappoint me at all, because a couple of weeks ago I had a ski accident and I tore my ACL, so I am walking like a pirate with a wooden leg, and this is me actually shooting everything handheld, just the kit lens. Insanely stable. And when I heard about the new autofocus system, well, I got curious. But have they finally fixed their autofocus system? And it's actually really, really good. Once I would figure out when I was gonna use what, I do think that this is good, actually. So when it comes to video specs, well, you have everything from full HD to 6K open gate, and you have the options from 24 frames per second up to 180 frames per second. You will also get 4K 60, but that comes with an APS-C crop, so that is something you gotta have in mind. Let's talk a little bit about battery performance. This is not like a scientific test of the battery or something, but if I have been shooting 4K 24 FPS, I have been squeezing out about 2 hours from a battery. Let's say that you are doing like an interview or something. Well, you can actually hook up a power bank to your camera to extend the battery time. And how long? Well, that depends on your power bank. And when it comes to shooting vlog, I haven't been shooting vlog before. I have been shooting C-Log on my Canon, but shooting vlog on this one is, it's so much fun right now, because you can basically do what you want, because you do have such a big dynamic range. And I just think it's fun to shoot with this camera. Well, everything isn't peaches and gold with this camera actually, because for someone who has been using Canon cameras for a long time, I have been spoiled with the autofocus when it comes to slow-mo, the 4K 60 and so on. This one, when it comes to slow-mo and 4K 60 and so on, the auto eye focus disappears. So you are going back to the old autofocus system Panasonic used. But if I'm not totally mistaken, the S5 Mark II X has the auto eye focus system in every FPS mode. And one big thing that got me leaning towards the S5 Mark II is actually how it handles the overheating issues. And with this one, you don't have that issue, because on the top of the camera right over here, you actually have a cooling system for the camera to prevent it from overheating. And just the thought of not worrying about overheating, well, that is a sell point for me actually. So the big question is, the S5 Mark II gonna replace my Canon R6 as my main camera? And well, it is gonna replace my R6, but only on the video side, because for photography, well, I will hold on to my dear R6. And some final thoughts about the camera. So I would say that with the release of these two cameras, the S5 Mark II and the S5 Mark II X, I would say that Panasonic has done something to shake things around on the camera market from now on. So it will be interesting to see what happens from now on. I am beginning to love my S5 Mark II. And if you haven't subscribed yet, you know what to do. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. So take care and don't get lost. Bye.